family and friends. Welcome to our live show this evening. Futures from the present and the past and the present. We thank you all for joining us this evening. First, we'd like to give. I would like to. I'm so sorry. Give our condolences to the family members who lost their lives on the Key Bridge on the other day. It was yesterday. Such a sad event. You know, it's such a sad event. They were doing their jobs, and so you never know from day to day what lies ahead of you. So we just want to give, just pray for those family members. May God give them peace, comfort during this time.
Absolutely.
And I personally want to thank people because I live in Baltimore City. And so I want to thank the people who reached out to me yesterday. It's kind of totally unexpected. Like you said, sometimes you take things for granted. You expect to be here. And so my phone started ringing and I started getting a lot of messages and things like that. And, it just warmed my heart. I was like, oh, people looking out for me. They want to make sure I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I really, really appreciate those who reached out to me personally.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm just
sad.
That it happened at 1:30 a.m. The whole thing was a tragedy, but it would have been much worse if it was between 7 and 9 in the morning when that bridge was maxed out. And I got so many questions. I've been following this thing closely. Like it's just too many questions that's unanswered. Because if you look at it, he never was heading towards the center of the bridge. He was heading towards the pylon from the giddy up. And where was the tugboat that's supposed to pull him? It's just so many questions. But like you say, condolences go out to the people who lost their family members. And lucky it wasn't rush hour.
Yeah. So what else is happening in the world?
Yeah. Did you all know, I did not know that Baltimore was one of the largest ports in the U.S. I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
No idea.
Oh yeah. That's from Lord Baltimore did that. When the English people was coming over, taking over. Remember, he's originally from England, and so he was the one that had everything coming into there for the to get the first pick on the slaves. Now the slaves that they didn't want, they sent them down to Annapolis, and of course that's where Kunta Kinte got picked up at.
Look, you never know what you're gonna get on this show. You get a history lesson. I had no idea.
Right?
Yeah. So that's how that happened.
Wow.
All right. So before we bring on our honor read this evening, who do y'all think is going to win the men's NCAA basketball tournament this year?
Oh shoot!
I'm going to North Carolina State
because I haven't been watching.
I neither have I. I haven't been watching it at all.
But you know who's in the running at least, right?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, maybe
you don't know who's in the running.
I know.
We'll
I
see
haven't
who
been watching it at all. Who in the run? Is Maryland there?
Okay.
Who in the run? Jeannie said
no.
She going with North Carolina State. So who's in
the running, Jeannie? North Carolina. Who else?
It's a long shot. UNC, UConn, Purdue, and some other teams. Duke.
That's good. Napa's ain't in it. Napa's not in it.
Napa?
No.
Oh, Napa's not in it. Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna no. So we're gonna bring on our creator in a few minutes. This evening we're gonna talk to the founder of the Legends from the Past and Future show, Mr. Armand Wallace. He's going to share with us the purpose of this awesome show and where he thinks it's going to be in the next few years. So without further ado, we welcome Armand Wallace.
Come on, Isaac. Oh, I said I wasn't going to play. I clap for Isaac.
evening, Armand. How are
How you
you?
doing, Greg? I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome.
And for the record, UConn is going to win the NCAA championship this year. Okay, yeah, UConn, Duke, North Carolina, Purdue, but UConn is going to win it.
Okay.
I'm still
All
betting on
right.
Annapolis. I'm just gonna
Nappa's not
stick
in
by
it.
my school.
Oh
That's right,
man,
Roger. Rep your school. That's right.
I know that's right, bro. I know that's right. So how's everybody doing?
We hanging on in there, but
Pretty good.
we're just
Awesome.
getting to know each other before you interrupted. But that's okay. Everything was going on smooth. Ayana was telling us how to become rich, and then you popped on. But that's cool.
Yeah. Well, you know what? All right. If she was teaching you how to be rich, you're gonna be rich. It's just
Absolutely.
that simple.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
More
Very
money
kind.
All
to
right,
spend.
Mr. Armand. So let's go back down memory lane.
Okay.
Just give us a little history lesson about yourself. Where you born and raised, and where'd you go to high school, and what sports did you play?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Annapolis. All right. Grew up Spa Road. That's something that you're familiar with, Jamie. Spa Road. All right. The best neighborhood in the city of Annapolis, of course.
Okay, moving right along.
Went to Annapolis High School. I grew up playing football, baseball, and some basketball. Yeah, I love the sport of baseball and football because it was a brutal sport. I just love the physicality of that sport, football. So that kind of moved baseball out the way, and I stuck with football. All right.
That's it. That was short.
Okay. All righty.
Now, when I left Annapolis High School, I went to
So you
Anne
played
Community
football
College.
in high school, correct?
I did. Yes,
Mhm.
I did. Played football in high school. I played for the legendary coach Al Larimore. We drove him crazy my senior year. He went to Crownsville. We're gonna have somebody on the show next week to talk about Crownsville. Big Al went to Crownsville, and we ended up having Coach Bruce Vilwalk as our coach that year, my senior year. And I'm gonna tell you something about Bruce Vilwalk. When you play football, varsity football, you kind of think you can get away with a lot of things. So I actually hooked one of my classes, and he saw me in the hallway, and he asked me, he said, "Do you have a class?" I said, "No, I don't have a class this period." That teacher approached him later in that day. All right. So this is how Coach Vilwalk, may he rest in peace, made me pay for a line to him. Homecoming, because my senior year homecoming starter, but I didn't start that night. He had me on the bench until 2 seconds left in the games when he put me in. I was hot. Senior year homecoming, and I didn't play for 2 seconds.
Oh.
Wow. So somebody put in the comments, I didn't want my nephew playing football because he was too small. So exactly what was your size and what was your position on the team?
So the person that said that is my Uncle Kim.
Right.
All right. So and I'm still mad at him to this day. It was good scoop what he was trying to do, but I felt that if I was in college, then it would have been okay for college. But in high school, I played guard, offensive guard, and defensive quick guard. And you got to have that strength. All right. I probably wore 169 pounds. I did my junior year go up against a guy who wore over 300 pounds. So my Uncle Kim convinced me not to play. So I actually approached Al Larimore that year, my sophomore year, and told him, I said, Coach, I can help the JV team at the time win. And he asked me, he said, well, how come you didn't come up for the team? I said, well, my uncle told me not to play. He said, well, who's your uncle? I said, Kim Jones. And I said, Kim Jones, guess what? I was in paradise. So I didn't have a problem my junior and senior year, but like I said, Al, we drove Al crazy. We turned the shower into a swimming pool my senior year, and we went crazy and went to visit Crownsville that year. Yeah, that was my senior team that did that. We
Wow.
really went to see the pool.
So,
Did
Yeah,
he really went to Crownsville?
yeah, he went to
yeah,
Crownsville. Yeah,
Scandalous.
wow.
Scandalous. That whole team.
Oh,
So, I think a lot of people
my
from their glory
God.
days, they have some type of play or some type of event that occurred during that time that is just most memorable for them. What is that for you?
when we drove Big Al crazy, and he was hitting his head
Oh,
up against the
that's hard.
wall. But you know,
That's
I can
nice.
say this, Ayana. You know, I enjoyed all 3 years at Annapolis High. We have people cannot believe the closeness that we had in school. You know, if I could have video recorded what we had, you know, and that's from Bates Junior High School. It started in Bates. You know, believe it or not, I'm going to travel back just a bit to Bates when my 7th grade year at Bates, there was a race ride. So before school started, we walked right into a race ride at Bates. You know, it was unbelievable. But I say that to say this: in spite of that, you know, the closeness of the students in Bates, all right, was just amazing. It was amazing. When we got into a senior high school, nothing changed. You know, Annapolis Junior High came over, but they fell in place. It was just so close. It was unbelievable. You know, we did everything together. You know, I'm not going to go into some of the craziness that took place. You know, but we had a nice time. I can say when I did arrive at Base Middle School, I hope my mother's not on here, but I was introduced to marijuana on the steps outside of Bates, you know, before
I'm
going to
telling you.
class. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
know.
call her
So
right now.
Not the marijuana. Or back then,
I'm
what you call
telling
it?
you.
right before class.
Reefer.
Yeah.
So you saying you smoke a reefer before class?
Yeah, you know,
That explains some of your actions when I was sitting in the classroom with you. I always wondered.
what
Now I
were
know.
some of my actions?
Falling asleep in class.
Yeah,
Hey, you got the answer to the next question. You know that type of stuff.
yeah. Roger, what's the answer? That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my dad, he didn't play no craziness like that, but you know. So Armand, after the football and everything, you went on to play football in college. Now I
I
remember
did.
you being a decent basketball player. Why you didn't play no basketball in college out there at AACC?
You know, like I said earlier, you know, I just enjoy the brutality, the force of playing football. I enjoy, you know, just crashing heads. You know, my sophomore, my freshman year up at AACC, I made the as a freshman the all conference team and the all region 20 team. You know, as a freshman, myself, Kenny, and Lodi, we that picture that you posted, Ayana, that was me, Kenny, and a Lodi in college, and all of us made the all conference team. You know, we had the pleasure of going up against Randy Pittman. I'm sorry, not Randy Pittman. Randy McMillan. He went on to play for the Baltimore Colts, and that joker was running over top of everybody until he met us. You know, we held that joker to 60 or 70 yards, and he was crying to his coach to come out the game. You know, but that was one of the highlights of me playing in college. You know, playing against the likes of Randy McMillan. You know, and not to mention
Okay.
uh, not to mention others. So somebody asked, what was my best game at AACC? Well, you know, I say again, you know, you talking to someone who made the all conference team and the all region team, so all games were good with me. You know, but I would say the best game. The best game probably was against a pro quarterback, Norm Sneed, who coached Apprentice. We played a night game up at Severna Park, and we were down at halftime like 21-0, you know, and we came back to win that game, and that probably was my best game. You know, recovered 3 fumbles, and nearly had an interception, but I didn't. But that was one of the highlights of that year at Anne Arundel Community College.
Nice. Now, why did you end up going in the military? What prompted the military thing?
Well,
Oh, he nervous now. He drinking water.
I well, I had to find myself. I tried 2 years in college. That didn't work out. I was looking for different jobs at that time. The one job that I did do, I'm not really. I'm going to be transparent as possible. I was selling drugs. And
I'll be up here for a dime bag in a few minutes.
and someone came to my house at 9 o'clock in the morning. Someone came to my house at 9 o'clock in the morning, right? And my father was a county police. So the only thing I could think of is that was a setup, and I sent the person on their way. I don't have nothing. But after that next week I was out at the recruiter office to join the Army to get away.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many years did you serve in the Army?
I served 22 years in the United States Army. Best time of my life, Jeannie. Best time. And Roger can attest to this.
Okay.
Being able to go to different places, overseas, not just in the States, but overseas, really.
I'm sorry.
And giving your family a chance to experience different cultures. It was really awesome. My oldest son, he made history over in Korea. He was the first eighth grader to make the varsity basketball team over in Camp Humphreys, Korea. So my experience in the Army, not just for me, it was great for the family as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I only stayed in the Army because they let me jump out.
So what was your MOS?
So my MOS at the time when I joined the Army was 76 Yankee, all right, which is supply, quartermaster. So later on in my career, it changed from 76 to 92 Yankee. Yeah, great times. So the club, the sports, playing. I played football in the Army. Softball. It was just great times. Especially the clubs.
Especially the club.
Especially the clubs.
My biggest regret in the Army was not nurturing my career like I should have. I retired in the top 3% as a son first class. I could have done better, but I couldn't get out those clubs and stop playing the intramural sports. But the clubs got me, pulled me in. Yeah, fun time.
So, throughout the years, you've taken on some entrepreneur pursuits as well. So tell us a little bit about those.
Well, I did a network marketing thing with My Econ, and the guy who's over it, Ivy Stokes, is a billionaire. So I learned some of his strategies, which helped me and my family eliminate a lot of debt. So that was one of the things. And also another thing is I do a lot with real estate. And I'm gonna tell you something. I did learn something from this young lady that's on the panel tonight, named Ayana Mu Young, as it relates to taxes. So and we're gonna do a segment with her.
Oh, you mean the tax liens? Okay.
Tax liens, correct.
I'm definitely open to that. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people would like to know. All right.
Yeah.
So, you went through these entrepreneurial pursuits. You've retired. And then somewhere along the line, you decided to create this show. So tell us, what your mindset was at the time. What were you thinking? What were you hoping to gain from creating this show, Legends from the Past and Future?
So when I thought about doing this show, Ayana, I thought about all of the athletic talents that we had that came through Annapolis. And they really. No one really got the notoriety that they should have simply because at their time we didn't have the social media. Our media was projector. We got everything on projectors, Now they have DVDs, and they have
Mhm.
Facebook and all that good stuff. So, I decided, to actually start this so we could start recognizing and honoring the athlete, and the first person I started with really was Lodi. I called him up, said, meet me at the
Mhm.
high school and let's do this interview. And you guys know how that dude is, man. He's like, Wallace, what you up to now? So you had to go through a bunch of crap before you got him out there. But when he showed up, that was the beginning of it. Then I got a chance to cross over into the military side when I did the command sergeant major. So everything wasn't done using software at the time. It was just my phone. And it started.
Mhm.
I started learning about a lot of people, and I found out that it was more to them than just their athletic ability. They were actually making an imprint in society. Whether it was civil rights, being mentor to kids, so many different things. It was just amazing. And it started from doing the athletes, and now I'm just proud of where it's headed, where it's at now, where it's heading.
Awesome.
So, what is your goal for the show?
So my goal is to have such an enormous impact, by getting information out. I received a phone call earlier today from a guy that I used to work for. He was a colonel in the army, and he pledges, and they actually are giving out scholarships. Now that's nothing that I would like to do. Using this platform that we have now. We actually interviewed
Mm.
Tyler Womack. He'll be a high school senior next year, 4.0. He actually led the state of Maryland in yardage throughout the year. I would love to be able to get to a point where we can begin bringing some money in to where we can set aside for kids who aspire to go to college. If it's not giving them scholarships, at least providing them with money where they can be able to get the things they need in college. You guys been in college, so you know how tough it is. How tough it is to be in college and not have a job, or trying to work a job and then maintain your grades. So that's tough stuff. So I would love for this show to get to the point where we can actually be a contributor. Now, this guy that called me earlier, he actually asked about using our platforms. Now, what this platform is doing. It's actually today we have over 15,000 viewers. We also have over 1,000 subscribers to our show. So I want to be I want us to be in a situation where we can have functions and raise money and be able to I may just open the door where I may just have people contribute to the Legends from the Past show to where we can set up a fund just for that purpose, or whatever ideas that you guys come up with. It'll be great. But my thing is really helping the ones who they don't have the money needed to go to school, or there's veterans out there who are homeless. And not just
Mhm.
veterans. There's a lot of people that's homeless. I want to be a vehicle where we can help the ones who can't help themselves.
Awesome. Yeah.
You know.
So there was a question in the chat. Are you only going to profile athletes? Or just put a little bit emphasize on the
So
expansion of where you want to, who you want to
so
profile.
it's not just the athletes. We actually interviewed Paris Lane. Who's she's a songstress. Next month we're gonna have another songstress. I closed that out last night, Gene, with Jeff Jacobs. You know,
Mhm.
uh, 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 I'm working on trying to get uh, other people, other gospel singers or comedians or boxers. So no, it's not just athletes. We're gonna do more than just athletes.
It's gonna be
There's a
diverse.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people out there who have done a great deal and should be recognized and honored. And that's what this is all about. Recognizing and honoring the ones who have had an impact.
Impact. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so another person asked, I mean, basically what they want to know is, how can I get on? How do people get on? Let me on, Aunt.
you know, Yana, I've actually had people ask me that question, and there's a few I just didn't know anything about them. So one of them is Jeannie's cousin, and I'm finding out that he was a pretty talented young man. So I seen him the other day at the a funeral at the homegoing for Coach Vilwall. And
Mm.
again, and I told him, I said, look, man, all you gotta do is put together a bio and send some photos, and that seemed to be a sticking point with some people when it comes to putting together a bio.
Okay, and what do you want them to send the information?
I've been having them send it to my email address, Armand Wallace at yahoo.com.
Okay. So you
You know,
guys heard it, Armand Wallace at yahoo.com. That's where you submit.
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. But one thing I like to, you guys know, I'm about analytics, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm very strong on analytics. So, not only do we
I'm
have
sorry,
a
I'm on.
1,007 subscribers, but this is what really, really catches my attention, right? I look at the audience, and I look at the ages of people who watch our show. So you have people from 18 and 24 years of age, 18%. Uh, uh, 31.5% is ages 25 to 34. You know, pretty good numbers. Those are pretty good numbers. We have 55 to 64 and 45 to 54. Pretty good. The male and female. Now, I want you to hear this. Now, I don't know if it's because we have Jeannie and Yana. Could be. I don't know. But at one time, we had over 50% males watching this show. But now it's a 45% male and it's 55% females that watch the show. So we need to do a better job of getting the guys out, right? But the geography of who's watching. All right, so you got 34% in Kenya that watches our show. All
That's
right,
amazing. Kenny.
yes, yes, and I always mess this name up. Yana gonna help me with this. Is Tanzania?
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Yes, 18.1% watches it.
Okay.
In the United States, there were more at one time, but now it's only 17.4%. And of course, we have Peru, Nigeria, Uganda, Argentina, and we just brought on Brazil. So we're being seen in Brazil. So it's
Mm.
not bad. I'm very happy and I'm proud. It was important to really have a good blend of personalities on the show, and I think I know that we have a class A group of hosts. It took me a while to get Jeannie. I had actually interviewed Jeannie, and she kept running from me, and it took about a year and a half, 2 years.
I
You
know.
know, Ayana, I approached Ayana. Ayana was all in. But then COVID hit, and I just got away from it. So when I purchased the software, I came back to Ayana, and she was kind of reluctant. Well, you talked about this before, got me all hyped. Why should I do this now? But she came on. She came on. She see the impact that we can have over other people, and then Roger. Roger. I knew Roger was going to come on all along. And Roger, he adds a flair of what we need when it comes to laughing. You know, he gives us laughter. We need that. I know we had a meeting this Saturday, and Ayana said, we need to break this up. We just go to into the countdown, and then we go straight to let's talk about things. Let's laugh a little bit, which is right. So I applaud you guys. Now, on the scope of things, I see this show growing even larger, and I want it to. I want to be able to feed people. I want to be able to do different segments. Yana, she's a book writer. She does tax lien. She's an entrepreneur. Jeannie, she does different things in the church and with her sorority. Roger, he's a trainer. He's a trainer. So we're gonna have different segments where we're gonna start introducing people to your talents. We probably can get some people for Roger to train. We'll get some people for Yana to show them how to make money. Jeannie, we're gonna utilize Jeannie's skills and talents. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited. I hope the people out there are excited because this is just the beginning. It's like what Yana said earlier. This is just the beginning. Again, the why that this is done. Why is it feed you information on people who have made a lasting impact? Yes, I had Mr. C on the show. I had Carl Snowden. I had Apostle Craig Coates. I had Paris Lane. You are correct. So we've had a lot of talented people. Jeff Jacobs going to be on the show next month. Gail Faye Belt's going to be on the show. We're going to try to get the author of the book Madness on the show. So it's steadily growing. We may get Ricky Dillon on the show. That's being worked out now as we talk. I know I'm doing a lot of talking and everything. But I just get
you wouldn't be you if you weren't.
It's your show. It's all about you tonight.
You pay yourself.
I've been listening to you talk since the 4th grade. So keep it up.
One thing I did fail to mention, Roger and I had a crush on the same 4th grade.
She liked me better. Tell the truth now, because I was all right. She liked me better.
Can still see her today. But if you out there looking, we do stream live on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm working on creating a page. Ayana, she these women they crack the whip, and sometimes it's needed. We're gonna create a LinkedIn page so that even though say it again,
IG.
That's right, Instagram. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do this the correct way so it can go where it needs to go to. Instead.
But in the interim, if they haven't subscribed, where can they subscribe?
Go to YouTube. Right. If you look at my if you look at what Ayana posted earlier today and what I posted on Legend, there's a link in there. You can hit the link, and it's gonna take you straight to YouTube so that you can subscribe. All right, or you can go to YouTube and do a search Legends from the Past TV. Yeah, that's right, Legends from the Past TV. And subscribe to the show. The show is, again, I'm so happy because we have over 1,000 subscribers. 1,000.
Yes.
Remember 3 weeks ago we only had 100. Today right. We have 1,007 subscribers. That's awesome. That's the personalities on the show. So people are taking to us. And I just got through talking about the different areas that we're being seen. So it's amazing, and the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So okay. we need to. We haven't done any on site. So next year we need to do the show in Hawaii.
Okay.
He skipped Annapolis. He skipped all places.
US.
He said Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii is US.
That's right. I got some connects over there. We can work it out. Yeah, we need to go to Hawaii and let them know
Sounds like a plan.
We big time.
That's right, Roger. Dream big. That's right.
That's right.
No, ain't no dream. It only cost me $50 to go over there because I catch a hop. But we'll go.
It cost you $50. It cost me $50. What you talking?
Well, it cost us $50.
Put us all on. What you talking?
we need to do an off-site, somewhere where people would look in. I mean, Hawaii wouldn't be that bad, and we can stay at the Holly Cola because they save suites over there for Command Sergeant Major, so I can get us a suite.
We got an invite to Southern California.
Come and visit. They said come and visit.
Yeah,
I wonder who
I'm talking about.
I wonder who said that. You know what? I think I know who said that, and believe it or not, Donna, you're gonna be on the show. Donna played basketball for Annapolis High. And she's gonna be on the show. She played with Hopsy Johnson.
Okay.
I remember Hopsy.
You remember Hopsy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know what? Hey, let's go. Let's travel. Let's do that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, didn't Jeannie run track at Annapolis High?
She did.
Did we interview her yet?
I was one of the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in, I think it was 2017 or 16.
Wait, was that before me, Armand?
Yeah.
That was before me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you dragged me all the way to Annapolis. People running around the track, riding go-karts.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, one of the most exciting interviews was in the snow with my Uncle Kim.
Yeah.
We were on the football field in the snow. He had his Alaskan hat on, and we out there just it was fun. It was fun, But the fact that it said far from man, like 180 miles.
Don't even read it.
Don't read that.
Yeah.
I think it's scammer.
Somebody's spamming us. Don't even give them the attention. Keep it moving.
Okay.
So, Armand, do you have any lasting words for our audience or to close us out?
Yeah, my last final words, continue supporting the show. And you too can come up with an idea of something that's important with you. But if you do, follow through with it. Don't be one who comes up with these big ideas but never execute it. Execute your dream. And just like Donnie Simpson would always say, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll land amongst the stars. And that's what it's all about. And I have 3 stars here with me. So you know what? That's what it's all about. Execute your plan. And that's all I have for them. But continue supporting the show. I'll never stop saying that. Support.
Well, that's it. I guess we closing out. Are we closing out, Jeannie? Because you're the queen. So, Armand.
Plus, you sitting back in that chair like you about to fall asleep.
I was, Armand, and you guys was talking about, the training that I do. So now somebody has begged me to train them. So we was at the gym at 5 this morning.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Oh, wow. 5.
We out there at 5 this morning, knocking that out. Then I had to go back and meet my guy that I train with for myself, at 8. And then, after that, my day just been busy, shopping because, I'm doing all this cooking for Easter, ribs, all this other stuff. And,
hold up, Roger. Hold up.
What?
Ayana, Jeannie, he can cook.
Oh, okay.
He can cook. Yes.
I'm going to cook something for y'all. Y'all just need to let me know what you like. I got a salmon recipe that's off the chart. But y'all just let me know what y'all want. I go and cook it for y'all and give it to me.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're expanding his business from training to also meal prep. So reach out to him.
Yes.
Ayana don't miss a beat, man.
I don't.
Just miss one beat.
You go
the drum one time. She gonna never miss.
Hey, listen. I hear what your talent is. I'm like, hey, listen, this is how you can make money from that thing. So
that's right.
You can train with him. Now he can meal prep you. What else you got? He can get you over to Hawaii for $50. Train you and prepare your meals.
I'm working on that. I gotta make a couple phone calls. I need to get my people, even if we don't do the show, just go over there and chill. But I definitely can get the suites overlooking Honolulu, overlooking the bay. Oh yeah, because they keep suites on reserves for retired command sergeant majors.
Okay.
So yeah, we can go do that.
You put it out there, Armand. So one of your classmates, so you could cater their next. Roger, you can cater the next reunion.
That's right.
I didn't like everybody in high school, but I tell you, no, I'm good. We'll see. My mom used to say that when she didn't want to say no. She used to always say, "We'll see."
Hey,
that means no.
You know, Roger, he makes some ribs that falls off
your
the
show.
bone, man.
We talking about you. We talking about you.
we finished that now, so now we get ready to talk about you and you and you. Now, how's that?
Tonight.
It's about you. It's your show.
Well, I want to say thanks to our fans, our Facebook Live friends, and YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thanks again for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Great.
Subscribe.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good
night.
Peace.